Ripley's, believe it or not, recently purchased the original lightsaber. So that was the lightsaber that Luke used in A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. So they purchased it in June, and they paid almost $500,000. They paid $450,000 for the lightsaber. It's the one that kind of looks like this. The one, well, they're using a different one now, but the same kind of model that Rey was using in The Force Awakens and presumably will be using in The Last Jedi. And so there were multiple original lightsabers used in the film, because there was a totally different Luke lightsaber prop from A New Hope that sold for $240,000 back in 2008, and that one was sold to a fan. But this one that sold in June, this came from the collection of Gary Kurtz, and he was the producer of Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. So yeah, he just kind of decided to sell that at this auction called Profiles in History of Hollywood auction. And, well, it's kind of interesting that Ripley's, believe it or not, won the lightsaber. Kind of my knee-jerk reaction to that, if I could sort of pick an ideal place for the lightsaber to go, I would pick something like the Smithsonian. I mean, you think of some of the really important kind of historical or pop culture items that are in the Smithsonian collection, most notably something like the ruby slippers of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. I think the original lightsaber is really on par with that, and I don't know, maybe they were part of the bidding, maybe Smithsonian did bid on the item too, but I don't know. It is good that Ripley's got it, I guess, because that means it'll be on display for the public. That's kind of the downside of if somebody wins it, you know, just kind of like a mega Star Wars fan wins it for their private collection, then it's kind of unfortunate for the rest of us fans where we can't really access it, see it. So that aspect of Ripley's getting it is kind of nice, but it's just kind of, it is a little strange to me. I know Ripley's does have some other, you know, they have some other props from movies and things, but when you generally think of Ripley's, believe it or not, you think of kind of like strange things, or that's kind of my first thought. So some of the examples of other Star Wars related items that they have right now already are, they have some hair from a Chewbacca suit, which I would call that kind of strange, because it's not the whole suit, it's just kind of like some hair from it. So to me that makes it a little odder. Another thing they have is they have like these Star Wars character portraits made out of staples and a Millennium Falcon made out of matchsticks. So those would definitely be considered oddities. I mean, you're probably kind of trying to imagine what those look like right now, right? Well, I'll link to some of those other things in I'll link to some of those below so you can check out what those things look like. They also have these Star Wars car part sculptures. So that's another weird thing. And then there was my favorite maybe on this list was somebody carved a Yoda face out of a Crayola crayon. So they picked like some green crayons and then just decided to kind of carve out a Yoda face. So that's kind of a cute thing, but yeah, those are all kind of more on par with what I think of with Ripley's, believe it or not. But let me know what you think. Again, I think it's great that the fans will be able to see it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering how they will kind of position it in the rest of their collection. Are they really going to put the original lightsaber like right next to the Millennium Falcon made out of matchsticks? That would be kind of a strange combination. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are.